We're going to be looking for pawpaws today. They're in season, and it's mid-September now, so most of them should be getting close to ripe. They've been ripening over the last week or so. Most of my game cams have shown raccoons walking around, so I think the raccoons are pretty busy picking up anything that falls to the ground, or they'll even climb the pawpaw trees. So I'm right in the middle of a patch right now, and I see a couple. So just to look around real quick, you can kind of see that there's quite a few trees around. And we'll say that to get in here, I did spray down pretty good with some off, because you will get into the woods quite a bit. So make sure you protect yourself, put lots of bug spray on. One thing I do as well is, since you're kind of making your way through, is bring a pair of clippers with you so that you can kind of work your way through, and if you see something that needs trimmed up while you're making a path through, that helps out quite a bit. So standing under a tree right now, and see a pawpaw kind of hanging there, just kind of to identify it. You know, the leaves are starting to yellow just a little bit as it gets mid-September, but fruit's about that size. So they start out pretty green, and then as exposure, they get kind of a little black on the top, but that's okay. Before you pick them, you might want to give them a little squeeze just to see if they're kind of ripe. They should be not hard. Should give just a little bit. When you pull, they should come off fairly easy. If you noticed, I didn't really pull real hard. Sometimes the stem will come off, or sometimes it'll come off there. So it's right about the time. So anyway, we will look around for some more, and we'll see what we can do today. If you're having trouble identifying the tree, just wanted you to look, see how long these leaves can be. They come on pretty early. A lot of times they'll come from the tip of the branch early springtime. Another identifying feature that you can see even without leaves is a lot of times they'll come out and they'll split off, and then just right above there will be another split off, almost at 90 degrees a lot of times, which is a lot different than a lot of trees. It has a little bit of an angle, but not much. It comes almost straight out, and see kind of the same pattern. It goes out a little bit further up, goes out again. You'll see that kind of repeating throughout. Even if I go to a different tree, you'll see that same pattern. So it's a good indicator of your pawpaw trees. And again, the leaves are pretty telling. The trees are actually in a patch or clones of one another. So if you have a pawpaw patch and you don't see any fruit, it's probably because they're all the same tree. You'll need separate colonies to get your fruit. So I would recommend, if you're not getting fruit out of your pawpaw patch, go somewhere else, get some different fruit, then plant those seeds nearby your patch, and that should give you some fruit whenever the other tree gets to a place 5 or 10 years, that takes a tree to grow. So yeah, that's why you might not have fruit on all your trees. Often you'll find them bunched up. Here's a double pair. See how easy those came off? So there's another one pretty far up in the tree, but we may let it go for now. One way to get pawpaws from the top of trees, we'll just see if this works, is shake the tree. Nope, it fell, and you'll see that fall to the ground. And then, yeah, good luck finding it. So there it is. But yeah, if they're ripe, ready to come off, they'll just fall right off. Pawpaw trees are really sort of a understory tree. They don't get as high as the oaks or other trees, but then that's what they do. They need a little sunlight to get the bigger fruit on them, but they do quite well in the understory. They are fairly brittle trees, as you can see from the limbs, not very big. Most trees don't get much bigger than that because they break or fall. Now there are some big ones I've seen around, and in full sun they'll get some good size to them. But otherwise they do real well in the kind of understory, and let some of those bigger trees reach the sky. They will need a little light to do well. When you're looking for them though, you can look, there's a creek bed down there, so they usually on the sides of creeks, animals and stuff move around, and water will transport the seeds. One thing I like to do too, since you brought your trimmers with you, a lot of times vines will get on there, just to snip those off. I had to slow them down quite a bit. It doesn't stop the vine completely, but helps the tree to grow. As you can see, this one's got vines kind of wrapped around it. Hopefully that'll slow it down a little bit. That takes a slightly mature tree to produce fruit. You might see lots of smaller trees popping up, because again, these are all clones of each other, so there'll always be some new ones. So, but the tree needs to probably be, I don't know, 10 years old or so before it gets able to bear fruit. So those are up there a little bit. I'm going to try to reach them. Another trick, I wish I would have done it, but a light bulb changer is useful for picking pawpaws. It has that little basket on there to grab your light bulb, and also help grab pawpaws as well, and you can kind of shake them a little bit. So this tree's kind of leaning over, so those might be out of reach, but I'll give them a try. Kind of hard to spot, actually. I walked right by this one. You kind of got to look under the leaves. I mean, from a distance, that could easily be hidden from view sight. That one's really not pulling off too easily. That's another thing. I kind of tugged. It's not coming off. Give them a little squeeze. Kind of hard, so I'm just going to leave that one. Okay, that was just from our first stop. So got a few more stops to go, maybe several. So I think we're going to have a good haul this year. I'm in a new patch. Really not seeing that many. I had seen some from the trail back here, but now that I'm back here, I'm not seeing too many, so I'm afraid that the raccoons have already made their way through. Getting these, so I'll try to pull this one down. It's up there a little bit. It's not wanting to pull off, so that feels ripe-ish. I'll go ahead and get it. That's a nice big one. But yeah, seeing a lot of trees around. But just not seeing the fruit. So, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of raccoons, so I'm wondering if they haven't hit this one pretty hard already. Okay, the shaking method worked pretty well. That was out of a smaller patch, but the fruit seemed to be bigger And then last couple patches. So I'll just goes to show you. Last patch, I think raccoons or something must have got in there early, or maybe the fruit ripened quick. This patch had a few more mature trees, and they were just up there. Just had to shake the branches a little bit, and then you can pick them off the ground. This one got damaged just a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, I see one just out of reach. I thought about starting shaking the tree. It's a pretty big tree, and I started looking up, and a lot of fruit in it. So, it might be 10 or 11 up there. So, I guess once you start shaking, one strategy would be to shake the tree and then start looking for them on the ground. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. Oh my. Another tree. I see 5 just right there. So yeah, we hit a good little spot here. So several came off pretty quick, so we'll pick those up first if we can find them all. Got it in midair. Look at that. These feel just a little bit hard. That's probably why I had to shake the tree so much, so I'll probably let those go just a little longer. Usually you don't have to shake the tree that hard, so I'm hoping maybe to shake them a little bit less, but several more in here, and I'll just do some gentle shaking here and there. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that little patch there. A lot of the fruit isn't quite ripe yet for for some reason. It's a little bit closer to the creek, so maybe that has something to do with it. But just shaking the trees a little bit got me quite a bit just in that little patch. So we'll be coming back here in a week or so just to see how the fruit ripens up. Hopefully the raccoons don't get it all. They'll probably move down here. But yeah, nice little patch. Now, some of these pawpaw trees are just massive trees down here by the creek bed. That's really where pawpaws like to grow. Seeds get carried by the water, and animals walk up and down the creek too. So good spot for them. So these trees have been here for quite a while. Kind of want to point out what happens when they do fall on their own. Animals start eating on them. Hopefully eat the seeds. As you can see, this one over here has been eaten all the way down. So pretty popular amongst, I assume, deer and especially raccoons. Foxes will eat pawpaws. So they're pretty good. You can kind of see some seeds in the ground right there. So that's how they spread. And so as you can tell from this one, it's been partially eaten already. It's a pretty big one, so it's from those mature trees. So hard to shake those trees though, so we'll see if we can get any. That about hit me in the head. You got a big bunch to come down off that big tree. Of course, they hit the ground, so now we got to find them. But pretty easy to find since the fruit off of those are so big. Yeah, look at the size of those. Kind of split open a little bit. Have to eat that right away. Oh, those are ripe. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yet another patch that I'm in. I haven't been in this patch before. So see a few around, see some big ones. And there's lots of trees, and they're all pretty tall, so probably will do a lot of shaking of these trees. Pawpaws are pretty flexible trees. I don't want to break them too much, but I think I can pick that one, especially if I had two hands. Wish I was filming. I shook the tree, and this one did hit me right in the head. Luckily, they're soft. In a new spot. This tree has several, but just looking at them, they seem kind of still green. These are all on the south sloping hillside, so maybe I had something to do with it as well, but I'll give them a little shake, see if anything comes off. Several came off from shaking the tree, but to be honest with you, I feel a little hard, so I probably won't try to get any more if they look like that. Sure is nice when you can just reach out and grab them. Well, I've been out here for several hours now, and so I think I'm going to call it quits for the day. I believe that's more than enough. Some of them may not be as ripe as others, but that's okay. Plenty more out here, and that's a good thing to leave some behind so the seeds can get carried away. But yeah, we'll take these back and start working on them. I guess I got lucky when I stopped when I did. Good old rain popped up. Hasn't rained for a couple weeks now, so it's actually kind of welcome. So, but yeah, pawpaws are safe. So I'm going to wait the rain out, then head home. What a great pawpaw season we just had. Hopefully you enjoyed following me around. Spent several hours out there getting pawpaws, but you saw the labors of my fruit. I got several. So just wanted to kind of go over some things real quick. The pawpaws are a great understory tree. They grow real well in some of the bottom ground next to creeks and stuff, but they're all over the place. So I think it's important to make sure you got multiple patches. That way the fruit will actually come on. If you just have one patch, they might not see any fruit. So kind of went through, took some snips with me, and so that, saw some vines coming up the tree or something like that. I helped trim the tree up a little bit and just cut some briars and things and other competing branches out of the way. So make sure you got a pair of clippers with you when you head out. And then, we kind of went over how to identify the tree if you're new to picking pawpaws, and how to kind of take care of those tree. Make sure the fruit's kind of soft, and should just come off the tree fairly easily. I really do appreciate you watching McG Farms, and we're having fun here, going out on the property and just doing what we do out on the farm. So if you like watching, feel free to subscribe. It should be popping up a little round window there with my face on it. So go ahead and click that. I sure do appreciate it. It's really, really neat to see another subscriber. So until next time, we'll see ya.